Week number 7 is upon us. So, technically, class, this is considered to be the final full week of the course. As you know, that the final items within this course would happen to be the final exam along with the final project that you would submit. So, what I want to do here, first of all, I want to clarify some dates. That's what we're going to do. All right. And then briefly to summarize, to conclude this, I'm going to briefly go through the week 7 content in terms of what you should be doing to complete week number 7. So, the first thing that I want to do is I want to address the due dates. Okay. So, when you come off a spring break, as you know, beginning next Monday, March the 13th, through the entire week going into March the 19th, is going to be your spring break. What you're going to do is this. As you look at the calendar, and it's already down here on D2L, that following Monday, what you're going to do is you're going to take the final exam. Now, all day, you have the capability of being able to complete this final exam. All right. It is due at the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. That would be Monday, March the 20th. Okay, along with your final project, what you're going to do is you're going to submit your final project, which is, of course, the purchasing process on Quest Cuisine, and that's going to be due on the same day as well at 11:59 p.m. So, when it comes to the final items of this course, your final exam along with the final project, you're going to submit that on Monday, March the 20th at 11:59 p.m. Now, many of you all will say, well, that overlaps with my spring break. The one thing that I can advise you is that you take a portion of your break if you have not started already. Okay, is to make sure that you are close to completion when it comes to the final project. As you know, this happens to be an online course, is much different from face to face interacting on campus, but then also this is an accelerated condensed course which ends in 7.5 weeks compared to the 15 weeks, and that pertains to a traditional semester. So keep those things in mind, everybody, that your final project along with the final exam, all of that is due at the end of the day. That would be on Monday, March the 20th. And then what you want to do is there's one last discussion engagement that's going to be due at the end of the day on Tuesday, March the 21st. And that pretty much wraps up the course. So what I will do is, coming off of spring break, there will be another video. All right. And also, this will be written out in D2L in terms of the expectations and what you have to do to ensure that you successfully complete this course. And when it comes to grading, the grades are due on March the 23rd, Thursday. So I need ample time to be able to turn things around, to give feedback for the final projects, and to make sure that all final grades are entered into the system. So again, everyone, spring break beginning next Monday, March the 13th. And then, of course, I just gave clarification in terms of when the final items, that would be the final exam along with the final project, when that's going to be due to wrap up the semester for this course. What I want to do is I want to go briefly into what's due this week. This is a full week. We are in week number 7. So, what we're going to talk about is the ethics of the relationship between the restaurant manager along with the vendor. So I may have covered this before, and I'm quite sure I have. When it comes to ethics, ethics are good standing practices when it comes to your business operation. So what's considered to be ethical? What's considered to be unethical? Of course, ethics pertains to policies and procedures that are adhered to, but then also unethical will be a violation or breaking of those policies and procedures. So go over the lecture here that I actually provided for you, as I've done every week, and also relate the readings to this as well. And what you want to do is you want to engage in the discussion activities. And some of you have already done that as you are preparing to go on spring break. That would be next week. All right. It just kind of gives you some scenarios. Okay. There's one question, for example, that I will ask you. What are steward sales? That's reflected in your readings. And then also there's a self-reflection on when you've actually experienced an unethical issue when it came to purchasing within the restaurant as an employee. Now, I have given the option to this, and the option would be this. If you have not experienced it as an employee, think of some examples of unethical issues that caused the vendor or that was caused by the vendor or the receiving end. So, as either an employee or even as a customer, okay, I want you to give a reflection that would be on discussion question, pardon me, number 2. So, of course, that's going to be due at the end of the day coming up this Thursday. That would be March the 9th when this would be due. So, going back, and I'll give you your main assignment that's going to be due. That would be due this Saturday night, March the 11th. Okay, it is an ethics and vendor agreement. So, what I want you all to do, keeping the name of the restaurant that you've kept for weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I want you to establish a rule of ethics, in so many words, policies and procedures, okay, that will keep you in good business standing. I want you to come up with 10 rules, and I want you to be specific in the actual wording of the agreement as it pertains to fair business practices. So what you're going to do, you're going to use the template that is actually provided, and it's uploaded in this week's instructions in order to complete the assignment. So regarding that, and you know what, class? Correction. Okay. I want you all to go. I thought that I created a template for this, and I do greatly apologize. Let me backtrack here a little bit, okay? All right. I originally, you could create your own template for this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually reword this assignment. I do greatly apologize. I do. What I'm going to do is, okay, provide your own document regarding this. And I want you to come up with 10 rules. Okay? Be specific within the wording of the agreement. Okay? And as it actually pertains to the fair business practice. I'm going to reword this. So many of you all that have not completed the assignment, you're looking at this video now, but however, when you log into D2L, you'll see that I've actually reworded the instructions of this assignment. And I do greatly apologize for that. My original intent is when I created this assignment, I was going to create a template, but that is not mandatory for me to create the template. You can actually create your own document, and then you can submit it to me in the Dropbox here for the completion of this assignment itself. So, instruction-wise, I'm going to make a revision of this. Again, I do apologize for the inconvenience or the confusion. And reaching out to a student that actually sent me an email a little bit earlier, this is going to be revised as you log back into D2L again. So this is going to be due Saturday night, March the 11th, will be your week 7 assignment. Okay, everyone, if you have any questions, any concerns, as always, feel free to reach out to me. This is my email, as well as if you want to call me, my hours of availability to be reached. You can send me a text message Monday through Saturday. All that information is listed on here. Okay, everyone, good luck this week. This is Professor Javier Black, and I want everyone going into the beginning of next week to enjoy your spring break. Take care.